Good evening everyone and welcome to another tournament stream. Woohoo! Today I will, actually let's start with some house cleaning. There are no rewards for this stream, basically meaning that you will get nothing aside from the epic gameplay that you get to see. There is a 3-minute delay on this stream. That is to avoid any stream sniping happening and to make sure to keep things fair. And you can speak whatever language you want in the chat as long as you're polite and civil. And of course, if you do have any questions for me, you will have to ask them in English. Otherwise, I will not be able to understand you. So I've now had the room invite, which means that we can go to the basically in-game screen thing. This is the current standing for Group 1. You have Appa with 4 points, Rejects and Istra and Hapkeep all with 3 points. Pink, surprisingly, with only 2 points right now. Unlucky with 1 point, and Pog and Zenith with 0 points. So basically, it's still wide open. Anything can happen. But after tonight, we will probably see, like, relatively maybe who might go through to the next stages. And of course, then you have Group 2, where you have TQT with 4 points, Aqua, Ikra, and Aqua and Ikra with 3 points, Raid and Serenity with 2 points, and SPNX and Quick with 1 point, with only Bat with 0 points right now. Anything can still happen. Basically, I believe it's the top 2 from both that go through. Let's have a quick look, because this is sort of stuff like I look this up and then I know what it is and then I forget it and all that. Yeah, top 2. So only the top 2 actually go through to the final stages. Which means that, especially like when you look at these groups, Appa is relatively secure, might just make it all the more secure this evening. Same goes for TQT, but basically who's going to be there is still wide open for both groups. That's going to make it exciting. So let's just have a look. The room is almost below 3 minutes, which means that I can almost go in there, because like I said, 3-minute delay. That also means that until the room is below 3 minutes, I can't really show you what's in there to keep things fair and to keep people from stream sniping. So there we have it. We have the room. Aqua already completely ready. It's kind of like, they're not even calling themselves Aqua, it's Aqua. So I have to like really go against what I want to call it. Aqua Aura is actually like with the U rather than the V. It's actually a really pretty gemstone. But that aside, Aqua it is. And we see them getting ready in an AMX 54, 3 Steves, 2 Ice Falls and a T100 LT. Now I call it Steve. It's of course a Streetwagen K. But saying Streetwagen K is very long, so I call them Steves. And on Bat's side, they're missing a player right now. Hopefully they will get a 7th one. They still have 2 minutes to get their team complete. And we see 1 IS7 readied up. For the rest, we don't know yet. Happy to say, by the way, that almost all groups, almost all matches are being streamed tonight. We have 6 streamers right now with 7. No, we have 7. 1 match is not being streamed in any case. So most matches are being streamed. The links are on the big Discord server, and then we'll basically go watch the match that you want. Not sure if that was a bit troll from Aqua or that they were just switching players out. Not sure. But Bat, with just over a minute left to go, has at least 7 people. They just need to ready up. But we see 3 IS7s, 4 IS7s, 2 Steves and potentially a Sheridan. Let's see. We're getting ready for Naval Frontier. That's a map we actually haven't seen all that much yet. At least I haven't this season. Still going to be interesting to see how that goes. Also not quite sure what maps are in the final stages. We'll have to look that up as well. See, this is the thing. My memory doesn't function all that well. So I will basically be like, I'll look something up. Like how many people go through to the next round and how that's decided, and then I go out of the screen and then I already forget what I just read, so my mind is all over the place. So yeah, we'll have to look at the map pool as well and see how that's going to go. But for now, we're getting ready for the first game of the evening of this best of 7. Countdown clock has begun. We're getting ready to go into Naval Frontier. And here we go. So many I7s, a bit surprised at that. Curious to see how they will perform. I kind of like the format for this tour has been a bit weird, like with top 16 rather than top 8 and everything. But Wargaming is basically just experimenting to see how this all will work and if it's like how they wanted to or not. So we have Bat heading towards the base C section. Svinograd spotting most of them. Few shots happening. Aqua taking... This is an interesting way for them to go though. Look at the way that these IS-7s are going. And they might be in trouble there. But now Liberté lost quite a bit of HP for that. And we have Jones and Zerd being set upon. They just keep going. They're going in for basically a rush here. Oof. Nohashira losing a lot of HP. Zerd as well. The real master got set on fire. Cannot fix it. Is basically lost a lot of HP to that. Zerd will not survive this. He might still get another reload in. He might use the real master C here as armor. No, there he goes. The real master is still alive, but there goes Nohashira. Liberté has been taken out. And I'm not sure. There goes the real master, surviving a bit longer than I thought they would. Ghosty. There goes Usta. Ghosty being set upon. Svinograd arriving to take the shot. And he does. And that allows them the time to take out Dicta as well. And now we just have the two Steves. Stephen Hawking. That name though. And Duran. Duran gets taken out and now it's just Stephen Hawking. It was not that bad a move, but the moment that they all got spotted, basically their tactic was up and public and they knew that this was coming. And the first game is for Aqua. That is a very quick and brutal game. Not sure actually if we can still see what the duration of the battle is. That doesn't actually say. But that was a very, very short game. And it basically, because they were spotted crossing over like that, they lost the element of surprise. And it kind of, the IS-7s that were pushing through the middle had to push through. And that didn't work out because that also gave them away more, but also allowed early shots into their team. So Aqua now ready with 2 IS-4s, 2 E5s, a Steve and an LT. I'm missing a tank, 2 Steves, there we go. And on bad side we see 2 IS-4s, 2 IS-7s, a Steve, an E5 and a Yo. In the meantime, I'm seeing a lot of Cyrillic in the chat. I'm sorry, I do not understand what you guys are saying. If you have any questions for me, please ask them in English. But there we go. Half a minute left before we go into the second game of this best of 7, meaning that the first team that reaches 4 victories will get the point. Aside from Stephen Hawking, we also have an Albert Einstein. Not sure if the... Basically, like, I'm a big fan of the Big Bang Theory, which is a comedy series. It's very nerdy, very my kind of humor. Stephen Hawking actually, like, was in that show several times before he died. And That's still awesome. That guy had such a huge sense of humor. So there we go. We got the yo with the dinosaur camo, which obviously looks amazing. There it is. I'm a big fan of the dino camos, to be honest. I'm also a big nerd for things like dinosaurs. Look at that. So cool. Anyhow, Bat now focusing on the B and A area, with Spinograd going for potentially a cheeky base C cap. At least he's definitely going to try. Not sure how this is going to go. He's nicely hidden in the bush, but did spot someone, so he decides to not stay there. And Usta in turn pulls back. Spinograd has been spotted. Manages to get out of there without getting shot. Only Zerd has taken damage so far. Base B is being taken. Stephen Hawking is taking damage. Can't believe I'm saying that on stream. And now we have Usta going for the cap. A also being capped. And Aqua is being quite aggressive here. Going after Liberté. Old School taking some damage for it. And we have Stephen Hawking being set upon by on one side. Not really able to help Liberté here without losing lots of damage himself. And he's on a clip reload right now. Ander lost quite a bit of HP along with Old School. And that's the end of Old School and Liberté at the same time. Ander has to be a bit more careful now. I'm not sure where my camp... There we go. Dicta. Oof. IS-4 has been taken out. Stephen Hawking being set upon from multiple sides now. And Aqua is just pushing on. That's the Yo gone. And now they're just making things difficult for Usta. Not actually firing at the same target here. Wanted to take out the real Master C. That's the one that they're focusing on. This is the thing though, if you're face hugging in IS-7 and you're just cheekily shooting someone else. Ender takes out the real Master C here. KB, now Usta is getting the attention that he probably doesn't want. They are trying to go for the tracking shots as well. And there goes Usta. We have Zerd versus Duran and Dicta together with Svinograd. Svinograd again in the light tank, taking the hits. Zerd does still die, but there goes Duran. And Svino just blocks him and then kills him. And that's the second game up and over in just under 3 minutes. Again, very brutal game. Sorry for the camera there. But brutal, quick. And it's kind of like Aqua kind of did what Bat tried to do the first game. But Bat was already dug in multiple other positions. And Aqua just pushed multiple sides. 1 minute and 10 seconds left to go before we go into the third game of this best of 7. No match point just yet, but Byte will really have to find their footing if they want to win this matchup, and Aqua's looking really strong here. 50 seconds left to go, and we have Aqua getting ready with 2 60Ps, 2 Steves, 3 Steves even, and 2 E5s potentially if they're already up with what they've selected right now. No, it's 1 IS-4, 2 E5s, 3 Steves and a 60GP versus 2 E5s, 2 60Ps, 2 IS-7s and 1 Steve. We are moving on to Normandy. Bigger map, 4 bases. But also a nice reset. Like the very first Twisted, I was actually in the grand finals for the online. there were only... it was only mines. We had like a best of 7, but it was only mines, which was not good. Supremacy wasn't a thing yet either. And here we go. I've ranted about the Steve being used often. Not blaming the players, mind you. I just don't like there being a meta tank that is behind a paywall, that's all. As far as I know, the final stages will probably have rewards, but the round robins do not. So today and tomorrow, still no rewards. After that, I'm basically waiting for Wargaming to announce if there will be stream rewards, but I reckon so, because that's usually the case. So we have both teams focusing a bit more on the middle, but sticking together a bit more. Oof, old school, losing a lot of HP for that. And so far, Bat has not taken it. No, now they have. They didn't take any damage back for that. Now they're in a tricky position there, though. Aqua is just going basically YOLO, and they're deciding to just go in. Ender is being shot a lot. Using the building now to try and stay alive. No Hashira is almost gone. Dicta as well. And there we go. They lost Ender for 2 tanks. Stephen Hawking holding behind the rock. And now Aquas is being really aggressive here. Big hits into old school. But Ender's not going to survive this onslaught. He basically has no backup where he's driving right now. And there's nothing he can do about that. He gets taken out. Ghosty is also gone though. Old school not looking too healthy. That was an Amarak. That is just mean, not gonna lie. Liberté gets taken out. Old school and Albert Einstein as well, and now only Usta is left. But that Amorak, I hope level 2 trading is still watching, because he's collecting the Amoraks here. Usta almost gone. And I think Zerd is going to get him, and he does. There we go. And that's the 3rd game over. Again, these games are really, really quick. We've had 12 minutes of games with 4 minutes of waiting time, basically, in between. That was absolutely brutal. And that ammo rack, though, that's just mean. And yes, it is part of the tank. I'm not against ammo racks in tours. Mainly because players like this know where to aim. It's still a bit of RNG. Yes, it could be completely lucky with a not aim shot on the move and everything. But it is part of the tanks. So yeah, but still, I do always feel bad for the team that has no, that gets ammo rack basically. Because in this case, with the way that it went after that, I do not think it was a game changer. But at the same time, it definitely didn't help. So, 46 seconds left to go before we get into the fourth game. And now Aqua is up for match point. If they win the next game, then they take home the point. And for that, to make that happen, they are taking 4 Ice Force, 2 Steves and an LT. Versus 1 E5. Some tanks are still being changed. Minotauro. Ooh. Interesting choice. Or maybe not. I can't believe with 10 seconds neither team is fully ready yet. But we see an 2 E5s, 2 LTs, a 60p and 2 I7s for Bat. And they're readied up in a Chieftain MK6. No Minotauro. But there we have it. 2 Steves, 3 Ice Force, a Chieftain, and 1 LT for Aqua. And let's see if this is going to be as brawly as the other matches. I mean, I don't mind a brawl every now and again, but I do kind of like the tactical games more. Let's actually stick with the lights for now. Albert Einstein going for a spotty spot. Duran has been spotted. Liberté has been spotted. Liberté is all alone there though. And he decides to not be there anymore. Ghosty does get spotted but now goes into the base to up the pressure there. Liberté escaping. Stephen Hawking has taken a little bit of damage here. And now we have Bat pushing an Aqua. Getting ready. Dicta gets shot. General loses some HP as well. Bat moving for General. And we have Usta losing a lot of HP. General being focused on, nearly gone now. And it is Liberté that takes him out. But they lost a lot of HP getting there. And now we have Aqua responding by going after Usta in the middle. Svinogard takes a hit. They're literally pushing Dicta around. And now he's going to be the next target. Zerd still alive, if barely. And Zerd now turning around to angle and use the rock to stay alive a little bit longer. But there he goes. Both teams have lost 2 guns. Stephen Hawking now being set upon. The thing is that the guns from Aqua are a lot closer together, and that is making all the difference here when it comes to the focus fire. They are turning around. You see the call being made as they turn around to deal with no Hashira, because that is the preferred target. Base B is being kept. There are low HP targets for Bat to take out, but so far they've taken out 3. And now we have Duran on his own versus 3 guns. That's not going to go well. He does get another shot in, but there he goes. Albert Einstein is gone, and only Liberté is left. He's trying to hug a building, and there he goes. Driving against the bunker as well. Getting really lucky to not get blown up for that. But Aqua has a base advantage. They have 2 guns advantage. Svinograd deciding to slide down. Might not live there for that. There he goes. But Liberté gets taken out from above by Ghosty there. And Aqua has the matchup. I'm glad that level 2 trading did actually see the ammo rack before he had to leave. Have a good night and have fun. But this was a very short and very, very brutal matchup, to be honest. With a 4-0 score from Aqua. Very dominant and strong here. The focus fire and just basically the concentration of the team, as in being closer together. And just like, you see the goal being made, that target, and you see the guns turning, and it's beautiful to watch. But I do feel kind of bad for Bat as well. Bat. I would be very surprised if any other matches are over. Never mind, Appa's match is over. They won 4-0 against Zenith. That is brutal. RJ also already won their matches for on Earth. So that is also 4-0 from Unlucky. We are still waiting for Isra versus Hapki. And Pink versus Pog. And in Group 2, so far we don't see any more scores. So I'm going to show you some replays first. And then I'll show you, we'll look back at the scores. But for now I fear I will have to entertain you with some replays, because I can't play PC to save my life, so I'm not doing that to you. But I got some nice games for you. Let's have a look. Would help if it actually opened. Tomorrow there will be no dead time, by the way. Because there's only one matchup then. And after that we will know who's in the top 4. Or should do, because there's like tiebreaker things in place. In case there's tiebreakers. Oh my god, I can't believe he doesn't have the Stargazer camo. It's so pretty. To be fair, raiding camo doesn't look bad on it either. But I just really love the way that the Stargazer animation goes. Let's see. 752 is pretty much my favorite tonight, together with the standard B. Just works really nicely. Two shot clippers actually work really nicely. They fit my playstyle. And for some reason people still don't really ooh, phase 1. That is a very lucky person. He is being eaten alive a bit there, though. Okay, this was a replay when the chat was still a thing. Oh no, it might be another server, actually. Nice shot. Caliban now on a very long reload. Does not go back into hiding, though. Now he's just waiting to reload. And the Caliban can pack such a wallop, you don't really want to get shot by them. They have a very, very slow going shell, which is the biggest weakness and one of the reasons that I do not like it. But when it hits and it pans fully, it's just gorgeous. Nice little bounce there. Caliban has moved. He's looking for the Caliban, but the Caliban is already over there. At this stage I would have already, there we go, reloaded my clip, I was gonna say. He's now moving in, which I think is a good call. Oh, beautiful. Nice little bounce. Scorpion at the back there. Oh, that bounce though. Now he's definitely in trouble. Emil, they need the help. Caliban going in for the kill. Or maybe not, doesn't get the chance to. But where did the Ferdinand go? There he is. Cheeky shot. Base B is being taken. Oh my god. Caliban corpse for the win. That shot didn't pen. And that shot missed, just a bit too hasty. And all the bounces though. There we go. He does get the shots in that he needs to. And then he bounces again. The Emil still has a shot as well. Lands it. What, they win on points. But oh my god, he actually survived that. Wow. Beautiful little game here. Very cheeky game. And it's such a nice tank though. Oh, absolutely love it. And let's see, what else have we got? I got a few more replays. In the meantime, I'm getting some tags on Discord. And here we go. Ah, I was wondering why Zenith was being beaten that much and that quickly, but apparently they only had like 5 players, so they were pretty much just straw matches. Let's have a look. This is such a nice tank. I don't really drive it much anymore. I loved it so much when it still had the cupola. But I should drive it more. Because it's still nice. It's just not as much fun to drive. Because so many people would be so obsessed with aiming for the cupola. And then basically they would miss. And then they would be pissed off. Which was half the fun, to be honest. That did actually panic. You should see the ribbon. Ooh, he's gonna spot it. This is also something I appreciate. Some way using Premo when it makes things easier. Why die hard or short if you can more shortly do damage rather than bounce? And this is the thing with Canyon though. It can be such a nice farming map. But yeah, I think it's safe to say that Zenith will not be taking how many points tonight. Which is sad because they fought hard to get here. A bit too hasty there with the shots. He was shooting HE. The type, the 60 TP, I mean. That didn't pen. It's now 4v7. Would be very surprising if they won. A bit too hasty again. See, games like this, you can learn a lot from them. Because in this case, you can see the shots that he takes are being too hasty. Whereas that, while on the move, still worked out really well. Death Star not actually looking at him. Someone is at base C. 5v3 now. If they take out the grill, that would be a big help. There we go. And he has to be careful because he has to he has to get the damage in and protect his teammates, but at the same time he has to avoid getting hit by the sniper at base C. I wouldn't be too worried about the... There you go, Yaktika behind you. But he is only a tier 9. And he is nearly full HP E5, so I wouldn't be too worried about that. Nice little bounce. Nice. 4 people left. He's overdone quite a bit of damage here. Does take a hit there. And there we go. Hori taking the kill as he should. Nice. Well done. Okay, so apparently the Hori knows that he's there. In this case, I would have just gone for the base to secure points. There you go. It's like he's heard me. And he's also going to a position where it will be harder for him to get shot at if he is in that corner. Nice. And he misses. Going around the corpses to go up the ramp there. Hori now moving as well. We're nearing 900 points. He doesn't have that long to find him and kill him. But he has barely any HP left. There we go. Beautiful. Nice game. Nice Bradley. Unfortunately, no. I do not speak Ukrainian or Russian. I cannot speak Cyrillic, basically. Beautiful game. So we've still got quite some time left before the next matches, to be honest. $250 supremacy points as well. Nicely done. Let's have a look at the scores. Some matches seem to be still going. Hapki being very strong now. 4-2 against Istra. And Pink. Pink, what? Okay, I think it's safe to say that Pink will be out. What on earth? And I'm not saying that any of the other teams that beat them aren't good, but Pink has been so strong last season and also in the qualifiers and everything that I did not expect this. Pork taking their first point here. Congrats to them. Fantastic. TQT lost against Raid. So even they are no longer undefeated. So we have Aqua. That of course we watched. They have 4 points. TQT remains at 4. 3 for Raid. And then of course we have Ikra, who is still fighting Serenity. So that's the one that we're waiting for now. And SPNX versus Quick as well. Might already be over, but it only updates like once every 5 minutes, I believe. Let's have a look. Got one more replay from the same player that drove the E5. And honestly, with the way that he played the E5, that deserves a showing off more. Oh, he's actually, look at that. He's up against the real Master C, who's in the bot team that we just witnessed. I think he was trying to shoot down that tree. Thing is though, like, when I see lineups like this, and I'm in a mat, I will want to go to the corner as well. He is now spotted for a lot longer than he would have otherwise been. But he manages to... Oof, that shot just missed. And he actually had his tungsten activated as well. When you get into this position though, he does take a hit there, so he's going to be spotted again for longer. So he has to take that into account. But when you get into the spot and you can farm, it's so nice. The LT is almost gone. Conway being set upon by the object. And the LT has escaped for now. He does get spotted. Nice little shot there. See, this is a bit of a farming game so far. And it's not likely to change. Because the thing is that he's in a good position. He has shots. So there's no reason for him to relocate. And this is the thing. This is what I would not call camping. Camping is when you're in his position. And you're just continuously waiting for a target to maybe or maybe not appear. And in this case, it's not needed. Oof. Because he has shots. He's just not taking a lot of time to actually take them. So I think that's the one thing that I will... When I speak to him again, I will advise him on that. He's being a bit too hasty with his shots. Spaghetti going up there. Oof. Spaghetti being deleted. And that shot missed. There we go. Now he's taking his time and the shots are going in. Nice little bounce. And now it's just the object that is somewhere near the spawn and the T30. Oh no, never mind, he's moved. There's T30. In this case, he can use the ramp for cover and still farm damage. Because so far he's farmed like above 4k with a bunch of kills. And he's got plenty of HP left. So as long as he just makes sure that the shots go in, he's got nothing to fear here. And might still get a little bit of extra damage. Nice little bounce. He should be able to get the kill here. Nope. Bit too impatient. T22 actually missed that though. So he gets another chance. And there we go. He gets the kill. Casual farming game. Well played. $1,495 base XP. A little bit of assisted damage as well. Nice game. And let's see, what else have I got for you? I've shown most of the games that I've had. Except for some in the 215B. Let's go with an OP play and an OP tank. Well, not an OP tank, but he makes it OP. And after this replay, we will look again at the scoreboard to see if we got the final scores yet. I'm going towards the base A section. And let's see. Waiting there for now. Not actually going for the base. Going for a tracking shot, which was probably not what he meant to do. I always find it a bit annoying when that happens. 268-4 can be so troll. Especially when it's facing you head on. Now we have an E4 at the back there as well. So far some really nice bounces. Along with tanks being spotted, assisted damage being done. They're not going to be happy with that. I tend to just shoot Primal at them as well. No, they're not peeking out. So now Brian is heading towards the base A to possibly cap it at some pressure. Nice little high roll there. And we have the E4 that's moved. And he still bounces. And Brian is not fixing that with the fixed kick because he doesn't really need to. And he's using his angles to make it harder for the E4 to actually shoot him. The AMX-50B is casually heading over there. He does take a hit from the E4, who has relocated by now. If this kills him though, that would be fantastic. But nope, no kill happening. They lost 2 tanks already. E4 is still there. Spaghetti's going to get eaten alive here. But that is a very important gun gone now as well. Nice cheeky little shot. He's got some friends with him. He's so far been farming damage quite nicely. He just has to be careful for that E4 and the Hori that is now appearing. He's still trying to shoot the E4. Because we're not sure where he's gone. Base A now being kept. Now there's only 3 people left. 2 people left. 2v5. It's not impossible. Just not easy. AMX. Yege is still there. Yege will need help. He can't angle in all the direction that he needs to. But he does take a very important kill here. Hori not happy. Now the Yege is gone. 3 people left and he's using basically the little hill behind him to make sure that he can't get shot from everywhere. There goes the IS-7. Hori is still being toxic here. Oh, that ricochet though. That one hit though, that's amazing. These are the reasons that the EU chat has been removed. Stuff like this. And to be fair, I miss saying hello. And I miss like all the little things that made the game fun with the chat. Like just greeting each other, stuff like that. And giving little directions after you're dead. Basically like they're one shots or kept the base, just stay alive, stuff like that. But most of it was just people being rude. And Brian played this beautifully lovely game in the E5, showing exactly the heavy potential that it has. 1725 basic speed, it's insane. Come on, there we go. And let's have a look. Matches are still going by the looks of it. Let's see. Serenity versus Ikra is still going. That must go right to the tiebreaker there. And let's see, what else have I got for you? We still have like 20-ish minutes, so 15 minutes of replays. Let me show you this one again. This was such a funny game though. I was tuning with Tyler. Tyler's father passed away suddenly in December. And he's given basically his account is now Tyler's. So Steven's account has been renamed to Howard the Duck Jr. because Steven was Howard the Duck. But Tyler is not really familiar with the Leo yet, so he's like, oh yeah, I'll drive that. So we were talking about how basically it has no armor. Anything that can shoot you can usually HE you. So you have to be careful there. And then basically this happened. Like early on. Losing a whole chunk of health here. That quickly. Which is basically, that happens a lot in a Leo, not gonna lie. In this case, it's a little bit getting in each other's ways here. So I just decide to not be there anymore and turn around. And find a different position so we're not going to block each other's shots and stuff. And this is such a weird game though, I found it so funny. Especially when they're doing stuff like that, it would help if I actually like penned. Very juicy FE here. Then I still get another nice tracking shot. But now everyone is suddenly over here, which means that basically we're getting in each other's way again, so I decided to turn around and head elsewhere. Type 71 is suddenly crossing over into the desert, so I don't really want to have him get behind us. At least not where he can shoot me. Nice little bounce. Bounces. Spaghetti can be a troll when you want it to. Like, it's mainly in the movement. Doesn't always work. But when you're moving fast, it makes it a lot more likely for them, and at an angle, it makes it a lot more likely for them to bounce their shots on you. So I'm trying not to get in each other's way, but at the same time, when everyone is cluttered together, that's why I kept relocating, because that doesn't really work for me. So I'm just waiting to get that last shot back, because I really want the Sheridan gone. Of course, that bend, or not. And now there's just type left. And I decide to not really hang out there because they've got really troll armor. And I've got an Object 260 who's still alive, if barely. And I know that he's basically the best distraction that I can have, but then he bounces that shot, which is not helping. And I know that the Object 260 is going to be dead very soon. And I don't really want to get shot up. I could potentially circle him, but there's so many corpses in the way that I'm not sure that that will go well. And he does spot me there. So I decide to just maybe move, cap some bases, add the pressure. And now the Death Star is actually moving, which is helpful. Found their Death Star as well. And like, I'm not exactly too worried yet. I can take a shot from the type. Just have to be careful. It helps that he bounces though. And it helps that the FE actually misses me. So I'm going to take one shot here. I fix that and then activate my speed boost to go faster. Because I'm not really expecting any help here at the moment. So I need to use the rocks and everything to just stay alive. But the FV actually arrives and actually helps and kills the other FV, which is helpful. I decided to just cap the base to add a little bit of pressure. If not for the fact that he's got so much HP as in our FV, I would be running towards base A. But because he's distracted by the FV, I'm hoping to actually just kill him off. Of course, when I have shots like that derp, it doesn't help. But I can easily take a shot from the type. And then it's just a matter of pramoing the bum of a type 71 to get that kill. $5.6k damage. Cheeky little game. No idea how I survived that, but I'll take it. And there we go. 1570 base XP. Got 180 victory points in the end, which isn't too much. This is more of an encounter sort of game. And let's see, do we have a score? Yes, we do. Ooh, Ikra winning that one. Serenity. Needing to win all the following matches, pretty much, to have a chance. And they're up against TQT, so that's going to be a tough one. Oh, I love how it's not yet decided, because originally, I'll be honest, when I saw the groups, I was like, okay, so there's 2 really strong clans and a few strong clans, and then you have the few that are basically don't really have a big chance of winning much. But it's nice to see that it's all like all open, because TQT and Aqua and Ikra all have 4 points. Raid following closely behind with 3, and then on this side you have 5, 4, 4, 3 as well. And it's just, they're not the clans that you'd expect. Like, I expected Pink to be a lot higher at this stage. So it's actually really nice to see this, because no one is undefeated. Anything can still happen. I love it. I really do. Who did Apple lose against, though? No, they didn't. No, Appa is undefeated. Appa is definitely undefeated. Yeah, I was thinking... See, this is the brain dead that I have. Like, 6 matches will be played by tonight. Yeah, we still have one of those to go. So 5 points means undefeated. Which means that basically Hapki and Rejects have only lost once. So let's actually have a look. Because I could technically still show you a replay, but I'm not gonna risk that. So what is the requirements for the tiebreaker here? It doesn't actually state here, so I would need to... Yeah, I would need to see the full regulations for that. I'll probably have to ask Jack. Jack is really good at this sort of stuff. So yeah, a few minutes left before we get a room invite. And then we will go into the second game of tonight. Well, second matchup of tonight. Which is... Oh god, I always... This is sort of like... I can't trust my head. And it's really annoying me. Oh yeah, Aqua versus SPNX. Yes. And then tomorrow there's only one matchup left. Which means that depending on what's going to happen now... These 2 matches are so important and might decide the top 2 entirely. That's oof. I can't imagine. I will have to Excel these results to just basically to have an idea of what's going to happen tomorrow. Obviously not right now. But yeah, 3 minutes left before we go into, well, before we get a room invite. I'm waiting for that. I'm not showing you another replay because of that. So now we're just looking at my garage. I'm waiting. Appa's King Selenity's logo at the back there. Together with Mercy, I believe. Wish you could click that and then just get information. But yeah, we can have a look at the store, I suppose. See what is there. We got some weekly deals. The Super Conqueror is in store and the Tourenwagen. Both full down machines. There's an Astron Rex draw, which I'm not a fan of, to be honest. Basically, the whole thing of making these draws is... I'd rather have crates where you can at least get, like, icons towards the tank. Crates are still bad, mind you, but I prefer that to the draws. And of course, we got some other tanks. Fury is actually a really nice little tank. If you don't mind playing tier 6, and I don't, I play whatever I'm in the mood for. But it's a good bundle, good value with 30 prime days as well, and 2 American containers, which also basically have a chance of getting more prime tanks. But the value of this is really nice. I wonder actually what you get if you already have the tank. Yeah, gold. So that's actually not bad. So yeah, waiting for that invite, which should come in about 20 to 30 seconds now. Let's see. And then we still have to wait like a few minutes before we can actually go into the room. But still. It's honestly been so much fun to see the matches these last couple of days. Well, the whole tour, to be fair, but qualifiers are always... They're great, but they're a little less than the top 8, and in this case top 16, so it's very different. But like, imagine if these teams, or at least 8 of them, were in the top 8. That would be so strong. That would be fantastic to stream and watch, to be honest. I always feel like I'm lucky to get to watch these games at like a front row seat. So I always feel like, yeah, lucky in that regard. Because I've said this before, and I'll probably say it again. Tours, for me, are the pinnacle of gameplay. It's just basically, it can't get better than this. This is what happens if you have 7 players that are coordinating together, that are making tactics together and calling together. You can't get that in randoms. That sort of teamwork and team play, it's beautiful to watch. When you see the focus fire, or you see people turning around to help each other in a way that, like, basically the positions have been built on where it can work together. And I love that. So yeah, I'll never get tired of tours that way. "20 seconds left until we can go into the room. And then we can talk lineups and maps and everything. And then wait for the battle to begin." Not much else I can tell you right now, though. After this matchup, I'm not gonna wait for all the scores. Tomorrow is much more important for that. To wait until everything is known, because then you know for definite a top 2. SPNX taking out a Badger potentially. That's gonna be interesting. So is Aqua though. For Middleburg. That should be fun to see. We see Accra already completely ready with a Badger, 2 Steves, 2 E5s, an IS7, and LT. And on SPNX's side, we are missing a player. But we see an IS4, an IS7, a Badger, an E5, a Steve, potentially an LT, and hopefully a 7th player. Because that would generally help. Yes, Ultimate Bait just said it. Jack is a living calculator. He knows this stuff. And the thing is, if I put it all in Excel, and I know the conditions of a tiebreaker, I can work it out too. But just not as quick and as good as he can. That is so weird though. Agassi. Basically, is it Agassi or is it Agassi? Because I might have been pronouncing it wrong all along. But he just said, like, here in Belgium we actually see the draws, but container offers are just not there for us because of the anti-gambling policy here. That's true. Belgium actually passed a law that basically prohibits, like, the loot crates and everything, which the containers fall under. In the Netherlands, they also had like laws about they have laws about that, but wargaming, because they say how much chance you have of getting what you want, it's not actually illegal here. Some of them are, but not in wargaming. At least, I mean that in some games, what is being sold there is illegal, and won't happen in the Netherlands anymore. But wargaming crates do fit the criteria of being allowed. See, I was actually talking to my mum yesterday about the whole the tour streams and moderating it, and that I was so appreciating of you actually like being able to speak the language, so giving me peace of mind when you moderate. So I was like, Agassi, and she was like, isn't it Agassi? And I was like, I have actually no idea. But yeah, here we go. 12 seconds left. Countdown clock has begun. No 7th player for SPNX, so I have a feeling that these games are going to be very short. Which convinces me all the more that I'm not going to wait for all the games to be over tonight. That is sad though. I kind of expect better. And here we go. SPNX playing, still dividing their forces. Aqua We see some shots being fired, but no one is actually going up the hill. We have Svinograd there to see who's there. He does spot some people. He might be in trouble here. Look at it. I'm not sure. What on earth? Svinograd being pretty much almost deleted. Managing to escape by the skin of his teeth. B is also being kept right now. And that gives Aqua a big advantage. They nearly evened out the guns though. No. And they're crossing over. Timon has dropped down. Takes a hit there as well. The thing is now though, they are still at a disadvantage. They still have that gun less. But Aqua has 2 bases and that point advantage is going to go up very quickly, and they're not just going to give away the bases. Timon is still there. We have SPNX dropping down from the hills right now. They're not actually moving in just yet though, but they really need the base because we're at 700 points now for Aqua. Xarkon has been spotted. Big hit into Zerd there. Base B is being kept. This could still prove to be tricky, to be honest. But it might not be enough. General crossing over. Oh, that shot not penning. Uvu Bella taking a hit. Simone's still there. Bella would like some help. Ender is pushing. Aqua is going towards the hill. And they're taking a hit there. Cabby is arriving. General on the ridge, not spotted right now. Now he has been. And now we have Bella being pushed. A lot of HP has been lost though. Bella is not looking too healthy. Does still get that shot into Ander. And there's actually the first gun gone here. KB not far behind. There goes Bella. There goes KB. And they have 2 bases. They're going after Zerd. Zerd is going in for the kill, or wants to at least. Ghosty gets taken out. We're at 1k points. SPNX just won a 6 versus 7 versus Aqua. What on earth is this? What on earth? That is absolutely nuts. That doesn't mean... What on earth? What even is this? Is that overconfidence from Aqua? They now have 7 players, but the first game is theirs. Fantastic. I can't believe this just happened. Oh my lord. "50 seconds left before we go into the second game on the Middelburg. Aqua now taking 2 Ace 4s, 2 Steves, 2 VK72s and an LT versus 1 LT, 2 Ice 4s, 3 113s, and a Kranwagen. That's an interesting choice as well. Yeah, but like for you, what does your family call you? Is it Agassi or is it Agassi? So I just really want to just know how you pronounce it, because I want to pronounce your name right. I can't believe SPNX is won a 6v7. Not just that, but versus Aqua. Oh no. Oh, that's insane. And now it's 7v7. Tamira now in a Sheridan. Ah. People are commenting on the 6 players only being there. Just wait until you see the end of that battle though. So we now have Svinograd going straight on down. Tamira staying up in the hill. Base B being taken. SPNX being very aggressive here. Oh, Beautiful has been absolutely wrecked now. And now Aqua is partly turning back. Ghosty getting hit by Beautiful in the rear. Now we have basically like the VKs are moving in. General is there. It is 3v2 in base B. SPNX does not have the forces to get it. Timon taking massive hits there. Zarkon just got deleted. Beautiful is still alive. Is still getting shots in. But this was... I'm not sure what this was. SPNX was very aggressive, but at the same time, they just pushed without their full team being there. Bella taking out Ender as well. Jessica, not looking too healthy, is going to get deleted as well. And there he goes. Beautiful. Still holding. Not long for this world though. Zerd arriving and taking him out. And now we just have Tamira in the Sheridan. And Heffalump in the Kranwagen getting blocked by Old School here. And farmed from behind. And tracked and murdered further. And now we have General taking out Tamira. And the game, less than 2 minutes long, is for Aqua. I mean, this went a lot worse for SPNX than when they played with 6 players. I mean, that's gonna be a meme. Well played here by Aqua responding, but I think this is more... I'm not sure if it was miscommunication, but SPNX was just like all over the place. Holding partly, pushing partly. That does not go well. One minute, 15 seconds left to go. The score is 1-1. No team is up for match point yet. Anything can still happen. Aqua now taking 2 E5s, 2 Steves, a VK90, an IS7 and an LT as we get ready for Oasis Palms. And on SPNX's side we see an LT, 2 IS4s, an IS7, potentially 2 E5s and a Steve. And let's see, 33 seconds left to go. Beautiful is now just readied up in the E5. I can't believe, still can't believe that's 6v7. I mean, that was pretty cleverly played to be fair. And I also think a bit of overconfidence from Aqua's side. SPNX is, I don't know. I'm still not sure how that exactly happened. But hey, if it works, it works. And here we go. Of course a 6v7 is never planned. And let's have a look. This is like... I'm still in shock. Tamira not going into the desert. Svinograd is though. And we have SPNX heading towards the base A side. Aqua holding in their spawn. Beautiful did get spotted. Now we have Zarkan. First shots have been fired. No doubt. Oh, actually Timon took a hit. Now Ender keeps being very forwards. It doesn't always work out well. It's a good position to be in, especially when you have team behind you, mind you. Bounces and misses happening. Base C is being kept by Svinograd because no one is on that side to challenge him. Ender holding. Bouncing the shots nicely. And now Zarkan is taking a little bit of damage. And they're still bouncing. So we now have Timon flanking around. KB taking hits. And they're taking different positions. Timon taking hits from General. Old school. Taking some hits as well. But Timon is not looking too healthy here. Ghosty is now moving in. We have the lights chasing each other in the desert. And you can tell that they know that they've got an advantage here now. So Aqua is just pushing in. Going after Zarkan now, having taken out Timon. And Zarkan is just steadily being farmed. The focus fire here is on point. They're just focusing on him. No one else. And they are being farmed back, but if you can see the HP dropping gradually everywhere. Beautiful. Gets taken out as well. Bella. There goes Zarkan. Bella in a tricky position now. The next gun in line for Aqua. And this is also, I think, it's not just the phenomenal focus fire by Aqua here. It's also, I don't know, SPNX in positions where they can't really support one another. Jessica got tracked here. Gets brutally murdered. And now we just have Heffalump over here. Who's just being tracked and circled by a pack of wolves here. And there he goes. All the tracers going in there. So now we are flying over quickly to where the LTs are chasing one another. Landing a few shots in. And Tamira now also hugging Svinograd. And he could win this if not for the fact that the wolf pack is arriving. And then he instantly gets deleted. Svinograd does take the kill in... Oh no, it's actually General that takes the kill in the end though. Thank you for clarifying, Agassi. Brutal game again. But the focus fire is just, when you see... This is what I mean though when I say that I like tool battles and everything. Because you see that team play and it just, at some point, it's kind of like tentatively waiting. And then you've whittled down someone enough and you know you're going to have an advantage. And then you just push. But in this case, SPNX was also just spread out too much. And not really in a position where they could fully support one another. Whereas you saw Aqua just moving in like a wolf pack all together. All those guns aimed at one tank. Well done. One minute left until we go into the 4th game of this best of 7. No match point for anyone just yet. We're getting ready for the 2nd game on Oasis Palms. And Aqua is now taking 3 E5s, 1 Steve, 2 VK90s and an LT. Versus 1 LT, an IS4, 2 E5s, a grill, a 60 GP, and another E5. "16 seconds left to go. And here we go, countdown clock has begun. And let's have a look. This is like, these matches, I mean, SPNX fought hard to get here and they've earned it too. But Aqua has been really, really strong. These are kind of the matches like how I sort of expected it to go. And don't get me wrong, I've been wrong plenty of times. Oh, Tamira losing so much HP for that. I mean, yes, they now know where a lot of Aqua's players are. But their spotter lost a lot of HP and there's holding in the middle in the trench. Zerd now taking some damage as well. I'm actually going to go a bit higher up. See, this is what I mean though. If you look at the positions that Aqua has, well now Svinograd is leaving. But usually there is Zerd, oof, bit too peeking out too far there. But overall, Aqua tends to have their tanks in a way that they can immediately support one another. And now we have Ender moving in, spotting the grill, because that's the target that they want. And he is immediately, look at the HP just vanishing. He's almost gone. That is exactly what Ender sacrificed not even that much HP for. And now SPNX is moving in. They want him. They want... Oof, that shot not penning is also very important here. Tamira gets taken out. We have Ghosty arriving at the back. He's going to take out... He's actually being stopped by Heffalump there. Zargan is still alive with barely, but so is Ender. Zargan still gets taken out by Svinograd there. And now we have Heffalump being shot. The focus fire is not quite there for Aqua right now. Zerd moving around. We have KB shooting in the middle. Timon being farmed here. General should take him out. And he does. And we've Old School driving through. Going after Jessica. Heffalump has been taken out. There goes Jessica. There goes Beautiful. And now... the only one left is poor Bella in the middle. Who's not going to survive this. Takes her head off, his head off. Usually I say his because even if they have a female name, they're almost always guys here. Nice damage spread here for Aqua. That ballsy move by Ender made all the difference here, because you saw the guns were trained in that direction. They knew the grill was there somewhere, they just didn't know exactly where. Ender peeked out, did get pushed, but didn't get really pushed. They sort of like still held back. And it's that hesitation. The thing is that with teams like Aqua, we've seen a bunch of times now that basically they're not afraid to sacrifice one player for a certain result. In this case, Ender barely took any punishment for going in that far because SPNX held back. They didn't push back. And that makes a lot of difference here. The hesitation can be killing. So now we have SPNX getting ready with an LT, 2 IS7s, 2 E5s, and 2 Steves as we get ready for Canal. Our third map of this matchup. And we have Aqua ready with a 1-to-1, 2 1-to-1 Bs even. 3, oh my god. 3 1-to-1 Bs, 2 Steves, an FE4202 and an LT. That's a very light lineup. I wouldn't be surprised if that's a Wolfpack move that's going to come. And they're up for potential match point. If they win this next game, then they get the point for this matchup. And let's have a look. I mean, SPNX has a very rough time ahead of them if they want to win this this matchup, with Aqua's focus fire being so on point. And let's have a look. SPNX focusing on the A side, and that is exactly what Aqua is doing as well. I'm flying over a little bit more quickly. The Steves have been spotted. And they're now as well. As has Zerd. And 2 of them are still waiting. No, they're also crossing over. And SPNX is deciding, I do not want to be here anymore. Heffalump losing a little bit of HP. We do see that Wolfpack happening. Heffalump, Ander losing a lot of HP. Ander again being very forwards here, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. He does get deleted first though. Now a beautiful being farmed. Svinograd taking shots from the other side. Beautiful gets taken out. Zerd losing a lot of HP. Heffalump is almost gone. Timon. There goes Zerd. There goes Heffalump. Both teams have lost 2 guns. Timon not looking too healthy. Bella looking to kill KB. Timon is gone. KB is gone. Both teams have lost 3 guns. Svinograd is almost there, arriving at the scene. And now we have Old School being pushed on. Bella should be able to take him out, and he does. And now it is 4v3. We have Tamira in trouble, especially with Svinograd also arriving. He manages to escape, but no, never mind. Ghosty takes him out. Bella still very healthy, but so is Svinograd. Shots are being taken. Svinograd in the bush, not spotted right now. Does get shots into Bella. And there goes Sarkan. This almost backfired. Almost. But they still have it. They have it on the reload. They have it on the focus fire. Ghosty. Not looking too healthy. Actually does get taken out there. But there goes Bella. And it's only Jessica now versus Svinograd, who's going to go right on in. And General. Little bit of a hug. He wants that kill. It's not going to be enough. General survives. And General takes the kill here. And Aqua has the matchup. Gets the points. There aren't any rewards for this stream, but I believe that for the final stages there likely will be. It will be up to Wargaming. They will announce that though. But oh my god, these games, they've been very quick and very brutal. And that first game is honestly like, what? But that being said though, congratulations to Aqua for taking home the point, and commiserations to SPNX. But you did win 1, and you won the 6 versus 7, so hold on to that. So let's have a look. Matches are obviously still going. Appa won their 6th game. They're undefeated. They're definitely through to the top 2. And now we have Rejects versus Zenith still happening. Pink, there, this is what Pink has lost matches where I felt like team-wise they should be strong enough to take that, and they haven't. And now versus a clan like Isra, which has been very epic as well, they win. I don't get it. But yeah, that means that Pink does have their 3rd point now. And they're still in... well... No, actually, at max they can get 4 points if RJ wins this next game versus Zenith. And I do believe Zenith is lacking players, from what I've understood. Then they will definitely not... then it will be either... Appa is safe. So it will be Hapki or RJ. Hapki is... Oof, they're up against each other tomorrow. That's going to be interesting, because that's probably going to determine who goes through. And on this side, matches are still going. No surprise. Well, actually, we've seen this one. No surprise there. A lot will depend on what happens tomorrow. This is one. They're actually against TQT, so that's the one we don't need to wait for. Raid taking home another point, now having 4 points. So Aqua with, I think, more as well. But yeah. Aqua has 5, Raid has 4. Aqua is against Quick tomorrow. Okay. So that means that TQT, this depends. If TQT wins this, then they have 5 points. They're up against Serenity next. But basically, people can only get 1 more point. So that kind of means that a lot of teams that, like Serenity, will be out, I think. Yeah, they've only won 3 games. They lost 3. So Serenity is actually out. They're not going to be able to get into the top. Raid has 4. They still have a small chance. Small. Very small. Kind of depends on Aqua losing to Quick tomorrow. And everything. So things can still happen. But one thing we do know for sure is that Appa is through. So yeah, I'm not going to wait for all the results right now. We will see that tomorrow. I'll start tomorrow while we wait to be able to enter the room with a short analysis of what can happen and what needs to happen to get a certain result. But for now, thank you, Aqua, and of course SP and I'm struggling with wording. Aqua with SP and X and Bat for the beautiful games that we saw today. I mean, 6 versus 7. Fantastically done. You won that one. Oh my god. But yeah, thank you for the beautiful games to the lovely teams that we saw tonight. I'm gonna end it here. I wish you all a very good night. Hope to see you all tomorrow for the final matchup of the round robins. And thank you all for watching. Have a lovely evening. Bye bye.